Gentlemen, welcome back to another semen retention video update. I just realized I matched my shirt and my sweatshirt exactly. How about that? Today is probably, I haven't looked, I'm above 220 at this point. I think it's like 223 on this streak. Not really paying attention at all unless I'm making videos talking about it. But I want to talk about the gut instinct that you start to tap into the longer you go on SR, guys. And it is a wild thing, and something happened yesterday that made it abundantly clear that is a real thing, and that I'm starting to tap into that more, and I'm going to share that story. So if you enjoy SR content, self-development stuff, guys, leveling up as a man, locking into your purpose, figuring all that out, this is the channel for you. Follow along, subscribe. Appreciate you. Okay, so one thing that has started to happen over this, on this last streak, this 227 whatever days, which, by the way, it's crazy that I'm on this that long. You just kind of get used to it and forget about it, and here you are. But one of the things that is happening is you start to be able to read people's energy very, very well. You can just feel it. People can say one thing, but if their energy is saying the other thing, you pick up on the energetic signature. Your BS meter, right? BS radar, whatever, can go off very easily now. And I've started to experience and feel this in my life a lot, where, dude, I swear I can just
500 feet, turn left onto
I can read people, I can read their intentions, and my gut instinct now is more often than not, basically all the time, spot on and accurate. Let me give you an example. So, if you follow my channel long enough, you probably know that this isn't actually what I do, making videos for you guys. This is just a fun side hobby. I own and run a record label, a music marketing agency, an artist community network where we teach artists how to grow their own careers, like we've done. Like, done that for 6 years now. Done music my whole career. Always been in the music industry. Over the past 6 years with our record label, we've done a lot of collaborations with other artists, obviously, bringing other artists, signing record deals, giving them deals, stuff like that. We've made a lot of really, really good project deals, signing great artists. We've also made mistakes. We have also signed projects to artists that we ended up regretting. And more often than not, what happened was we were looking to do a project, and because we valued the timeline of getting the project done more than finding the perfect artist, we settled for an artists in general, that were not as good of a fit as they should have been. They might have been very, very talented, right? We want to work with talented artists, talented people, make good music.
Turn left onto Lewisburg Pike.
But the relationship personality fit wasn't quite there. And in those situations, we would kind of go against our gut instinct. Like, well, we want to get the project done. We want to get this thing out. And every time we did that, guys, it ended up being more of a pain than a payoff. More stress, more lessons learned, because the more that we did that, we realized, can we remember it this time so that we don't do this again, so that we make sure that we aren't working with the artists that, are just a pain in the butt to work with down the line. So you do that enough times for enough years, and you start to see patterns now, pattern recognition. You start to see, okay, this artist is talented, but what are they going to be like to work with? What's the relationship going to be like? We care more about that now. On the road, this is called the hang. If you are a musician and let's say an artist is going to pay you to play for them, take you out on the road and tour and stuff, they care more about what's called the hang. Meaning, are you a good hang? Are you good at hanging out? Are you going to be a good person to be around on the road? Or are you going to be a snob? Are you going to be a pain in the ass? Are we going to regret taking you out? Are you going to be that person that's weird and obnoxious and like, or are you going to be a good hang? And the thing in Nashville that everybody talks about, we talk about it every time we bring up touring, really,
Now
on
turn
our
left onto Lewisburg
network
Pike.
calls with our artists, is it always comes up that, yeah, every artist as we talk about touring, oh, it's more about the hang. Like, we would rather take an average musician and take them on the road if they're a good hang, as opposed to the greatest musician, but they are a pain in the ass and they're awkward and they're weird. Like, you just don't want to be around them. They're negative. And it's the same thing, guys. So the other day, Joey and myself, my business partner, we were jumping on calls, prepping for some record deals, projects with some artists that were in the final stages of locking in the contracts, all of this stuff. And one of the meetings went a lot more poorly than I was anticipating. I love that blackout Cadillac, dude. Oof, so clean. One of the meetings, guys, went more poorly than what was anticipated. And here's the funny thing, guys. It's not even that the meeting went bad or that there was like a fight or anything like that. No, it was all civil. But the energy that I got in my gut, and also my business partner did, bro, I felt sick to my stomach. I felt queasy and nauseous. I kid you not. Something gross. And guys, I'm starting to learn, and I have learned over a few years now, that I have very empathic qualities. Meaning, picking up on the energy of those around me. Oh my gosh, dude, why does this beep? I'm not even close to a car and Elon's beeping at me. Elon isn't the name of my car. I just like to think Elon Musk is out there with a beeper telling me to slow down. So I've learned over the years, guys, I'm very empathic. I've naturally been able to, when I walk into a room, I can just read the room. I can sense who's approachable, who's not. All of that stuff, and you kind of got to be careful as an empath because that energy can stick on you and you got to get it off you when you're like, dude, why am I feeling so gross and negative and pessimistic, whatever. It's like, that's not me. What is this? It's usually somebody else's. That's not the point, though. The point is, I hopped on a call and immediately recognized how much I have grown and started to listen to my body, because it was just an awkward call. And again, going off like body language and the way the energy feels, it's like everything was said correctly. The artist didn't say anything wrong per se. Everybody was smiling, but it's the energy, right? It's the energy that is being sent, communicated behind what is said. And the longer that I go on SR, guys, I'm just more in tune with this and unwilling to go against the gut instinct. And after that call, instead of offering the artist an album or an EP, bunch of songs. We pulled it back to one song. And granted, it's not the end of the world. We'll do lots of singles, collaboration stuff with other artists, and like that's fun. But we realized we're like, we don't want to burn the relationship, so we're not going to just withdraw everything and be weird about it. But we realized, okay, energetically, something is off here, and we don't know what it is or what it is going to be yet, how that is going to be made manifest in this partnership, in this working relationship. We don't know how it's going to show up, but we can feel something is off. We can feel it. So we scaled it back and said, we would rather only do one. And if this working relationship turns out that it does well, it's a good partnership, then we can go forward and talk about a future project again. But now we're getting to the point, guys, of pulling our energy back when this stuff happens. Making other people prove themselves if they want our energy. Because here's the thing, guys, projects, partnerships, this works for any type of partnership. It requires a lot of energy when you're making music and albums and marketing it and social media strategies and putting all this stuff together. It's consistently taking energy from you. It's a give and a take energetically. And it might not seem like a lot, but you get a project with the wrong person energetically, and it is life-sucking. It is soul-sucking. And I got off of that call, dude, and I was tired. I was a little fatigued, and my stomach felt gross. And I immediately called up my business partner. I was like, bro, how did that call go for you? He felt the same thing. He's very discerning. He's got a gift of discernment. And we're just like, bro, that was weird. There's something off. And we need to play it safe and kind of rein back our energy a little bit. Then we had another call after that one with a different artist for a different project, a whole different thing. And guys, when I tell you the energy was a night and day difference, I am not exaggerating. 1,000% different. Just vibing, having a good time, friends. He's turned into a good friend of ours. We're getting him involved with one of our brands as more of a permanent member. And guys, the energy was so good that we decided to just offer him the highest, best deal that we were talking about doing, because halfway into that call, I was like, dude, I want you to win. I want you to be so financially motivated and excited about doing this project that we're doing together. It's like, bro, we want you to win. So we're gonna give you, like, we're not even gonna play games of like starting lower or whatever. It's like, we're going to significantly increase what you're getting paid, what you're making, because we like you. And energetically, we like you. We like this partnership. We're excited about it. We can see long term where this is headed. That is what gets me excited in life now, especially when thinking partnerships and the people that are around me. That conversation, that meeting, guys, was life-giving. I got energized from that meeting. I was excited. I left that call so pumped, mind wheels turning, dreaming up ideas, and like, because I got excited. 2 meetings, both with artists, both for projects. Very different outcomes because very different energetics were involved. Isn't that interesting? So the longer that I go, the pickier I am getting, guys, with the people that I will give my energy to, the things that I will commit to, the energy exchange I will participate in. Because I am learning that I am unwilling to be energetically taxed by people anymore. Thank you, Elon. I'm just unwilling to take part in these energetic taxes. And if you guys watch my channel, you know that energy is the actual currency of reality. It is the thing that supersedes, that operates behind the scenes of anything and everything in the 3D. So you might look in your life and see physical things, but those physical things, guys, they are actually energy. They are just moving at such a slow frequency that they look physical. Did you know that? Are you gonna let me in? Let me in, let me in. Gracias. Everything is actually energy. Everything is actually frequency, guys. This steering wheel looks physical. It feels physical, right? But it is just a very low density energy. It is so compact, it feels like I can feel it and all. It just feels like a solid object, right? You could use a million different things as an example. But if you look at it at a deep, deep, deep level, guys, I'm seeing 333 everywhere, like quadruple threes the last few weeks, and the car ahead of me has that phone number on it. Like, it's pretty wild stuff.
In 1,000 feet, take exit 31A, 31B on the right onto Interstate 65 toward Huntsville.
Everything has energy, everything has frequency. Oh, I gotta stay over here.
Now take exit 31A, 31B on the right.
And everything is operating by vibration, which leads to the law of
in
attraction.
500 feet,
like
take the Interstate
frequencies
65 south
attract
ramp on
like
the right toward
frequencies.
Huntsville. Now take the Interstate 65 south ramp on the right.
The right? This one? Okay. Taking a new route today. I have no idea where I'm going. I was trying to avoid traffic, and it looks like I just pulled up into traffic. Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, more time to talk. So if everything is vibrating at a frequency, guys, and it is, and every person is vibrating at a frequency, because they are, based on their thoughts, their feelings, their emotions, their past experiences, their outlook, their mindset, we're all vibrating. And here's the thing, though, it's not always something you're going to physically see when you see people at low frequency versus high frequency. Oftentimes there is a glow difference, right? There are physical attributes that are different, and those are signs that you can pick up on, but sometimes you can't tell, and it's more vibrational, it's more energetic. And when that's the case, you got to go off your gut instinct. You got to go off how you're feeling. You got to pay attention to your body and the energy exchange. And I walked away from that realizing I'm going to have to lower my energy. I'm going to have to lower my energy to fit this partnership. It feels like I'm going to have to bring it down to here. And that is a bummer. You know, at Dr. Joe Dispenza's week-long advanced retreats that I love to go to, that's my excuse to go take a vacation and at a nice resort for a week, and usually Marco Island is my favorite one. Like white sand on the ocean beach, warm water, just beautiful, beautiful weather, incredible steakhouse right there. And at these events, guys, what's happened over the years is the energy gets so high in this room after a week that it is not unusual for other dimensional beings to present themselves, to meet in the room. And Dr. Joe has actually had a lot of these things happen. And should I pull through? What's happening here? And some of you are going to think that's crazy, but like when you really dive into quantum mechanics and meditation and frequency work and you obsess over this stuff, guys, I mean, this has been my life for like the past 7 years. when you really obsess with this, and then you get into Dr. Joe's work, this stuff isn't unusual. The frequency in the room gets so high that other dimensional beings come down and start talking and helping work on people and heal people. And one time Dr. Joe was asking him, he's like, what are you guys doing here? Like, how's this possible? They're like, we can only lower our frequency and our energy to a certain extent. We will not lower it below that because we have ascended, you could say, right? They've ascended to a point where it's like consciously they will not go below this point of energy. This is the lowest they will go. But now when 2,000 of us get together and meditate for 35 hours a week and work on ourselves and our energy, and all these synchronicities start happening and like stuff gets wild, maybe someday I'll talk more about that stuff, guys, because I have some crazy experiences, like life-changing stuff. Stupid, but really cool. He said, okay, we can only go this far, so if you guys in the room can raise the energy up to that point, we can meet you in the middle. Essentially, we're all meeting in the middle, because in the three-dimensional, we are at basically one of the lowest forms of energy density, meaning energy is like the slowest here, as opposed to beings in the 4D, the 5D, the 6D. Like the higher that you go, they're vibrating faster. And I'm not saying I am now physically some multi-dimensional higher being in this timeline. But the analogy there is this. Why would you want to have to lower your frequency? And that might also look like lowering your standards, lowering your expectations. That's what the effect of lowering your energy looks like physically. Why would you want to do that when you're feeling so good and life is working and you're feeling great? Why would you want to bring your energy down for the thing? And I've recognized a pattern in my life where historically I would just take what was available. Oh, this girl's here. Okay, she'll work. I'll go out with her. This opportunity's here. Well, it's not the perfect thing, but it'll work. I'll give it a shot. Selling yourself short. And maybe there's a limiting belief behind that of a lack of worthiness or lack of self-love or self-worth, right? Something to explore if you've experienced that pattern before in your life. But the longer that I go on semen retention, the more that I realize my self-love, my self-worth, my self-awareness is raising. It is getting higher. My self-respect is getting higher. The way that I respect my energy is getting higher. And one of the main things is I do not enjoy being around low frequency, low energy people that feel like they are sucking life and energy out of me. And that has become something that I will no longer do. I will no longer partake in it. I will not make a long-term, a big commitment to something that feels like it's going to be detrimental energetically to me, because I know that the 3D, the physical world, mirrors and reflects the energetic world. It is like a warning light going off. It is like the tornado sirens going off before you can physically see the tornado. It is warning you, hey, the atmosphere is kind of perfect for tornado right now. We're not saying it's going to happen, but it's getting pretty likely. Just want to warn you. That's a perfect analogy. Because if the meeting is going great, but I'm getting a warning horn, a warning siren going off that, hey, I know it looks like a pleasant day. I know this looks like a a great opportunity, but the atmosphere here seems like it's potentially going to turn into a tornado. Like, it's possible. In fact, it might even be likely. Well, then in that case, it's like, oof. Okay. I'm going to start listening to that warning sign, that gut instinct, that feeling, the energetic hits. I'm going to start listening to that now over just looking around. But yeah, well, that's fine. But like, yeah, everything looks good physically. It's like, I know it looks good, but you got to trust that I have access to some information that you do not have access to. You got to pay attention to that.
In 1 mile, take exit 53 on the right onto Tennessee 396 toward Tennessee Scenic Parkway.
That is the way that I'm starting to think and move and operate now in life. And guys, I am telling you, you can drop me in the comments if you agree with this or if you have experienced this as well. The longer you go on SR, guys, the more in touch you are with the energy of life, the situations, and you can feel it in your gut. You can see through people. You can see through bullshit. They might be smiling at you, but energetically, they might be ready to stab you with a knife. And you can sense that. You are aware of that. Your discernment is through the roof. And as your self-respect continues to go higher and higher and higher, you will become unwilling to even put yourselves in situations where that stuff is possible, where it may happen. And so in this situation, the right resolution to this was, okay, we're going to totally drop it down to just a single, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to see how things evolve. We're going to make others prove they value the relationship as much as we do. Prove that this partnership is beneficial, that there's nothing weird happening, that people aren't going to freak out and self-sabotage and act dumb. We don't want to put up with that anymore. I don't want to put up with that anymore. And maybe this is why they start to say it's lonely at the top. It's not necessarily that it's lonely. There aren't other people around that you could surround yourself with. It's energetically, how many other people have done the work to be internally the same as you? To put in the work and transform themselves, renew their mind, renew their energy, become a better version of themselves. How many other people in the world are doing that at that level? How many other men are on 220 plus days of semen retention right now
take the Port Royal
and are
Road
channeling that into becoming a better version of themselves? Not many. Not to say I will only surround myself with men above 220 days of SR, but I'm not interested in surrounding myself with
right onto Port Royal Road.
People that are just overall energetically low, that are speaking lack, speaking illness, dis-ease.
Now turn right.
You can know a lot about somebody the way that they use I am. I am this. I am that. I am is the most powerful phrase you can use as a human, guys. Some of y'all throw it around like it don't mean shit. You don't realize what
now
that
turn right
is
onto
telling your
Royal
body
Road
energetically. You say I am this, your words start to create and shape your reality ahead of you. They go out and they bring that back to you. They confirm that. And I'm working on a giant, crazy internal foundational works course for my music network right now, my community, because the goal is we're going to address all the limiting beliefs for the artists, because we can teach them how to do all the right stuff to get millions and millions of streams on their music and make all the money and success that they want. We've done it. It works. But if their energetics are off, they're going to fail. They're going to self-sabotage it over and over and over and over. They are going to do the right stuff, but energetically be doing a tug of war the opposite direction. So that is what we're in the process of solving. I'm taking 7 years of everything that I've learned the Joe Dispenza's work, Neville Goddard's work, those are the two big ones, but a lot more stuff, and I'm putting it together from a perspective of an artist in a way that is digestible and easy to understand. And I'm gonna do videos with it and everything. I'm probably like 30 to 40 hours in on it already, and I don't even think I'm close to being finished. And then, by the way, once I get that locked and released for everybody, I'm going to also create a version of that then for you guys, for men that are wanting to develop themselves, because it's the same roadmap, it's just a slightly different perspective. And that is something that I'll be putting in my community for you guys once I launch it. And I want to have that ready for when everybody gets in. Oh, Amazon. Maybe I got a package. But you have to address these things. And I'm hearing artists say, I am this. I am this. I am this. Low frequency, limiting thoughts and beliefs. And I'm thinking, brother, sister, mother, if it's father, if it's an older artist, there's a few. You couldn't pay me to speak that over myself. You could not pay me to say that about myself, because I know what that does in your life, and you won't recognize it right away, perhaps. But at some point, you pay the bill for speaking like that. The bill comes due. Just throwing around I am statements like that. Guys, be so intentional with your words. Your words are a clear indication of your thoughts. Very clear. Of your energy, of your being. So even if an artist is saying all the right things, then here and there I get some hits of lack in their language. Siren's going off again. Reading between the lines here, something's off. We got to work on that. If we like the artist enough and we like the relationship enough and they're willing to learn and grow and be a student enough, we will teach them how to do this. We will help fix it. We will call them up energetically, but we will not bring ourselves down to that. That's the expectation that I would have for my community as well, for the men that want to level up and join that whenever that gets released. Be very intentional with your words. Be careful with your words for your thoughts, for your thoughts create words. Be careful with your words, for your words create actions. Be careful with your actions, for your actions create habits. Be careful with your habits, for your habits create characteristics. Be careful with your characteristics, for your characteristics create, for your character, I guess you could say, creates your destiny. Or as Dr. Joe Dispenza says, which I'm in the weeds of again right now for this course, your personality creates your personal reality. It affects the external environment around you. And your personality is built of how you think, how you act, and how you feel. How you think, how you feel, and how you act. Words are one of those acting aspects. Your personality will create your personal reality, and your personality, it starts by your thoughts, your words, and your emotions. How are you thinking, acting, and feeling? And the kicker of this, guys, is that you get stuck in ruts long enough, you say the same thing long enough, and you start to believe it to be true, and then you start whipping out I am statements because you believe it's a part of you, who you are. It wasn't always like that. You were just speaking it for a while, and speaking it, eventually you start to feel like it is true. Kind of looked like I had half of an eyebrow at first. I was like, the frick, did I get shaved? Have I been shaved in my sleep? Like a Charlie Puth eyebrow? Be so intentional with your thoughts and your words. And I'm going to start to shift this channel more and more into the energetics and into teaching around this, because it is the biggest thing that has impacted my life at the deepest level. You will not catch me speaking lack or disease or whatever over my life. It does not matter if physically you can point out and say, well, Jason, that contradicts what your life currently looks like. Cool. Thanks for pointing that out. The environment, the external, just hasn't caught up yet. There's delays. There can be time delays in this three-dimensional reality. So to you, you may have a low faith in it. In my situation, a low belief. I do not. And that is why I know the external will eventually, at some point, mirror back what I am speaking over it. So maybe the takeaway for you guys from this is, what are you thinking about these days? Are you thinking about what you're thinking about all day? Are you being conscious of that? Are you thinking about what you're feeling all day? Have you noticed what action that inspires or doesn't inspire into your life? Pay attention. And the longer that you go on semen retention, really start to be intentional with checking in with your gut, with your instinct, with your intuition. Is this the right place for me? Yes or no? Does this situation feel good? Yes or no? Does it look like a pleasant sunny day, but the tornado siren is going off because it knows what's coming? You just can't see it yet? Pay attention. Start to go off the energetics, because that is what's running the show in the background. There you have it, gang. I think that concludes what I wanted to talk about. I didn't expect a 40-minute video, but welcome to the channel. This is what we do. This is what happens. I go get some groceries. I think it's going to be a 15-minute chat, and we're here for 45 minutes. So there you have it. I think I'll leave it there, guys. Let me know what you think about this. Drop me a comment. I want to hear your perspective on this. Are you identifying this happening in your life? Does this make sense? Let me know. Peace, love, abundance to you all. I'll catch you later.